Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel and to absolutely stunning morning in Kraków. I am back in one of my favorite places. I love to take walks here. As you can see behind me, you can zoom it. There is some very cool painting, graffiti with a dragon. That's a legend actually. I will show you another time a statue of the Wawel, the royal castle dragon, who is still at the front there. But meanwhile, I would like to read you two articles again that I came across yesterday, and a never-ending story about the Nord Stream. Maybe you've heard this version already, but since it's related to some Polish plot, I might read this to you. It looks like there is another lead in this event that took place with the Nord Stream pipeline that leads to Poland. According to the journalistic investigation, a travel agency in Warsaw's Powiśle district is currently the hottest trail in the search for the perpetrators of sabotage on Nord Stream. German investigators are investigating two new leads into the sabotage of Nord Stream gas pipelines last year. Both lead to Ukraine. The daily Süddeutsche Zeitung reported, if I pronounce it well. And these are the few newspapers that were collaborating in this work, apparently, which includes the one I just mentioned, also German public broadcasters WDR and NDR, Polish Front Story, and the Swedish newspaper Expressen, and the Danish daily Berlingse. So what it says the travel agency is responsible, or a Polish person is responsible. Journalists inform about the Polish threat. It is about the Firia Lwowa travel agency operating in Warsaw's Powiśle district. This company is currently the hottest trail in the search for the bombers who blew up both lines on the Baltic Nord Stream gas pipeline and one of the two Nord Stream 26 pipes on September 22nd, this says. But this Warsaw trail leads further, directly to Ukraine. In face of the Russian aggression and Western support of Kiev, this is a criminal mystery and of political power. A criminal mystery of political power. All the more so because the Lviv festivals are not the only clue that leads towards Ukraine, the Daily reads. What is the connection of the travel agency with the case? The alleged travel agency was founded in 2016 by two Ukrainian citizens. For several years, not much happened there until 2020, when during the coronavirus pandemic, the turnover suddenly reached 2.8 million euros. The owner of the company is a 55-year-old Ukrainian woman living in Kiev. In a telephone conversation with journalists, she confirmed this fact, but did not answer further questions. The woman appears as a director of several companies in Poland and Ukraine. German investigators suspect that it acts as so-called pillar. The secret services regularly use fictitious companies to mask or finance operations. It is conceivable that the travel agency served only to rent and pay for the yacht Andromeda. Oh my god. Guys, I'm telling you, they paid for this Andromeda, yeah? Look at the story. Just listen to this. In order to hide the real people who are behind it. However, this is nothing certain. It was indicated. In March, for the first time, the media reported on suspicions that the yacht Andromeda and its crew might have been involved in sabotage. And now we have the Ukrainian threat. However, this is not the end. From Andromeda comes another lead, which according to the media is to lead to Ukrainian military circles. At least Some of the crew members of the yacht presented their passports during the rental. Among them was to be a Romanian passport in the name of Stefan Marcu. A person with such a name, and I just can't, I'm sorry guys. This is for your entertainment only, I believe, but let's keep on reading. This person, Stefan Marcu, with such a name and date of birth does exist, but according to German police, he was probably in Romania at the time of the sabotage. According to the findings of the journalistic network, German investigators suspect that this passport was used by a 26-year-old citizen of Ukraine. So there you have it. I mean, do they really have time and energy to is there, okay, I'm just curious, excuse me guys, I'm just curious if you think in this article, besides that the pipeline blow up, is there any other truth in this? So please type in the comments down below what is true in this. Any suggestions, any aspect of this that is true in your opinion. I have my thoughts. I would like not to share it now, for some time at least, you know, until I relocate myself. Now I have another statement that's coming from, by the way, lots of love to all the people who are watching from United Kingdom, including Scotland and all that region. And we have, what's his name right here, Ben Wallace. He's the British Defense Minister. What did he say? I actually saw this yesterday. I'm like, what is he saying about Poland and UK? So he says this: we support our most important ally, Poland. We are sending a clear and strong signal that we will stand shoulder to shoulder with Poland if anything happens. Shoulder to shoulder last time it said Zelensky, no? Zelensky? He said that? I'm already saying Zelensky, my goodness. Zelensky. He said that, right? Last time. Shoulder to shoulder. Now we have Ben Wallace. He said that shoulder to shoulder. On Monday in Legionowo near Warsaw, a meeting of the Northern Group was held. A format initiated by Great Britain associating Northern European countries that are members of NATO or the European Union. Great Britain, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland and Iceland. The Baltic states like Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia. And that's where the statement was made, I believe. So shoulder to shoulder. Meanwhile, I have to put my backpack over my shoulder and we will walk just a little bit because I want to share with you my reflections about this vowing apologies situation. So the vowing, right, and the tweet that was put out by this ambassador of Ukraine that gained so much momentum here and controversy. By the way, he deleted that tweet in which he was saying that no one in this current circumstances should ask or demand on Ukraine to have any apologies. You remember a few days ago. And yesterday I was watching a conversation that was taking place in Polish, of course, on one of the pretty known stations, but that was on YouTube. It was just like a clip. And there was one person who was expressing his opinion about those apologies. What I'm trying to tell you with all of this is that I still believe that there is a lot of PR in this, as far as getting more people to, you know, to vote for certain people. But there is a good side to all of it. Besides that, this was, in my opinion, to some extent for sure, in manipulation in order to have public talking about it. And yes, public is talking about it. And what it shows me, watching that clip and seeing the comments, a lot of comments down below, because that gentleman, I forgot his name, I believe he's one of the politicians, I'm not sure, I don't want to make mistake with his position or his name, but anyway, that person was actually expressing how tough and how what's the word to use? What is the politic that actually Ukraine is doing with other countries as far as demanding and executing their needs? And he said we should have asked for this apology before we provided so much help over a year ago. He actually made this statement and many statements of this nature. And everyone on that panel was kind of like silent. You could see in a way like they were almost surprised that he's so courageous and speaking like this. But then I read the comments from the people and I see, guys, and this is my point with all of this. Don't get the impression seeing you know, the statements coming from Poland officials, or the flags there and there once in a while, or those moments that you see that everyone in Poland is agreeing with what's happening. I just want to have to kind of talk around a little bit because, you know, I just want you to know that there is much more, if not absolutely a big part and majority, that is not it's not stupid, okay? Let's just put it this way. It's not stupid and knows exactly how they are being used. Now, talking about that, we have very serious situation with Polish citizenships that has been given out in a very high numbers, and also without not much requirements. I believe it was last year alone, 10,000 Polish citizenships have been given out. I'm not sure if this full number was for the Ukrainians, but among those where Ukrainians were the highest. Then we had from Belarus and some other countries. I think there were a few Russians who got Polish citizenship, and it was around like 400 or 500, something like that. I don't have the article at the front of me, but you know, the more citizenships we give out without requirement, as for example to know the history, to know the anthem, to know the language, right? The more the core of Poland, Polish culture and Polish what Poland is, what Polish people are, is going to shrink. Because those new citizens, if they don't even know, I mean, a lot of lies in that history too, but there has to be some history that they have to know. And the same is like with United States or any other country. When you apply for citizenship, you have to pass certain tests and know those things. That's what I want to say. Anyway, guys, sidetracking again, but I hope everyone is going to have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next video, probably tomorrow. I might be attaching something from the museum, but I will let you know if I'm going there, because it's so beautiful that I actually want to stay outside more. Lots of love, everyone. The links to all those articles that I read you are down below the video. Please join me on Locals, follow me on Instagram, and check out my website, where you have my books and also the links to other platforms. Bye guys, lots of love, and until next video.